Hey guys, it's Tia from That's What She Fed, and today I am just trying to decide how I want to do these garden beds. So I showed you guys how I did it before where I cut it long ways, and the reason why I did that was because I'm using a jigsaw, and so getting my jigsaw into tight places doesn't really work. So the easiest way was just to cut along the top on each side, and let me just show you, it's easier to explain that way. Okay, so pallets are about 3 feet wide by 4 feet long. And so what you're seeing here is the length of the pallet. I cut it in half, long ways. And what I didn't like about it is that it seemed to lose a lot of its sturdiness. Now, it's still, I think it's still functional. I'm still gonna use those ones, but I was really hoping to do it the other way. My concern with the other way was being able to fit in between the boards. So here is one that I was actually able to do, and I was able to squeeze my jigsaw in there. The only difference is you can see it makes the garden bed just a little bit smaller. We're losing, what is that, like 9 inches, 9 inches there. So, but look at the sturdiness of it. It looks a lot more sturdy, and I think it looks prettier, although this is a prettier palette, so it's hard to compare because the other ones, you know, it's luck of the draw with the palettes on whether you're gonna get good ones or not. So this one is definitely a prettier palette. I even have a more gorgeous one I can show you in a minute. How can a palette be gorgeous? I don't know, this is my world now. But anyways, so I might actually, if I can get my jigsaw in between the boards, then I might start cutting them this way, and then I'll have smaller beds. But like I said, they'll be sturdier, and I think it looks nicer. I don't know. So I just had to show you, this is the pretty palette. This is the one that I'm in love with. It's just so smooth. I mean, look at those edges. Wow, you can almost rub your finger across it, but I'm not going to. I've had enough splinters already. So I might mix it up, mix match, and just try out different methods here, and I'll let you guys know what I like best. Hey little guy, where are you headed? All right, so there you go. This is my garden box with the pretty pallets. And let's do a little walk around here. So this one is just a little bit smaller than that one, you can see. But what I love about this one here is what I was talking about in my last video, that I want to be able to plant here. So what you do is you take landscaping fabric and just kind of swoop it down. Sorry, ignore my cut thumb. So you swoop the landscaping fabric down and then just fill that with dirt, and then you can just plant really shallow pretty flowers here along the edges, and then of course have your regular garden there, which is great because marigolds and nasturtiums are great deterrents for your garden bed, so they make great plant companions. I'm probably going to put a few more screws into this, but she's pretty much done. And like I said, she's a lot more sturdy, and I really like the way it looks. I think it's beautiful. Half of that, like I said, is because of better pallets. The other half is because of the way I cut it. But my favorite part about this one is also my least favorite part. These boards up here, they don't look super cute, but it was much easier to screw the whole thing together that way as opposed to going in at an angle inside the boards, as you can see. Also, an update on the ladies and their little chicken garden. So I've got their dust bath in there, and I have actually been sprinkling DE, I think it's diatomaceous earth, into their dusting bath. Look at them, sunbathing and dust bathing at the same time. So I put that in there because my poor ladies are battling scaly leg mites now. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm kind of in denial. I want to believe that they don't have it, but I've been treating it every day for a week now. So the way I can tell is, let me see if I can show you. So you see Blanche's legs, how she's got the scales there. So, and Rose, here, let's zoom in on Naki's. So the scales are supposed to be nice and smooth, kind of like how you see Naki's. Naki's look pretty good. They're supposed to be nice and smooth, but Rizzo over there, her scales are raised up. And now Hey Hey looks dead. This gives me a heart attack when I come out and find them like this. But she's good. She's just sunbathing. So, we're treating the scaly leg mites, and they're microscopic. You can't see them. The only way you know you have them is by the way the chicken legs look. And like I said, most of the chickens are looking pretty good, but Rizzo, the black and white striped one there, her scales are raised up a bit, and it's still not super bad, which is why I want to be in denial and say that she doesn't have it, but we're treating for it. So what I'm doing is every single day I am dipping their legs into a vinegar and garlic concoction, and then I'm also feeding them garlic and putting garlic in their water. I think it's 4 cloves to 1 gallon, I believe, but I don't think mine really liked that much garlic, so I have been putting a little bit less in there. It's good for their immune system. It helps them through this, and and so once that dries, then I come through with coconut oil, and I've been rubbing coconut oil all over their legs, and that just suffocates any mites that are there. And then I've been putting DE, the diatomaceous earth, in their dust bath there, and then I've been sprinkling it all over their run. I sprinkled it all in their coop, and then I kind of shake a little on them as well. And now you got to be very careful with the DE, because if inhaled, it can be very harmful. So I'm always holding my breath when I'm doing this, or got my face in my shirt while I'm doing it. It's kind of controversial, like everything, you know. Some people are like, never use it, it's so bad for you. Other people, so I've stayed away from it until this point. But now that we're dealing with the leg mites, and I want to do this as naturally as possible, I just need something with some good fighting power. So the diatomaceous earth is powder that it's kind of like just like shredded glass. I mean, it just looks like a fine powder, but obviously with a microscope it is like a shredded glass, and it just tears up any insects, even with exoskeletons. It's pretty crazy how it works. But anyway, so we don't want the mites. So that's what we're working with, and it's really difficult because after I get done with this whole process, I have to catch every chicken and every quail, and I go through the whole process, and then I go inside and throw my clothes in the washer and jump in the shower, because scaly leg mites are only contagious to other birds, which is great, but the difficult thing is I actually have a bunch of babies in the brooder in the house right now. So if I come inside and carry any of these mites in, then they'll end up with it too, and I do not want that. So I'm taking every precaution and quarantining, and that's why I'm not going in there right now. But yeah, so I've got the babies inside. Hopefully we'll keep them safe from this, and unfortunately we won't be able to mix them with these guys for a while. I've read that it can take weeks or months to tackle this, unfortunately. And the babies are about ready to come outside now, so I'm going to have to put them in a different area, which I think I'm actually going to put them in with the goats. I'm excited about that, and they can have a little fenced-in area and get used to the goats. And I've actually found a couple of ticks on the goats that I've had to pull off, so hopefully the chickens can start helping out with that. Chickens are great tick eaters, and they keep the population down pretty good. So yeah, this DE is really good for them. What they're doing right now with their feathers is the best thing that they can do for themselves as far as the scaly leg mites go. And I can't forget to update you on the chicken garden progress. So here's the garden, or the garlic. It's really taking off from just one little clove that I put in there. So that's exciting. It's just like growing all over the place. So it's like it's shooting out and then up. And I can't remember what all of these are, but these are sunflowers and cucumbers right here. Obviously I have way too many. So this is a problem that I have with gardening. I plant a bunch of seeds to make sure one sprouts, and then when they all sprout, I can't decide which ones to get rid of, because who am I to decide who lives or dies? I want to keep them all, and then I a lot of times do keep them all, and then they don't survive well or grow well because yeah, they can't live like that, crowded. So my nasturtiums, I'm getting a bunch of leaves on them, so they're starting their vining. I'm so excited. I mean, they don't look like much of a vine now, but they're gonna be. Look at that cucumber. And the seed is still holding the two leaves together. How funny. So, and the peas are starting to actually vine. Look at them grabbing onto the coop. And these little bitty things growing. I don't remember what those are. Like I said, this is where my herbs and leafy stuff went. These are, I believe, small pie pumpkin. Axel's chasing something. And then the grapevine. There's actually 2 grapevines in there. And it looks happy. And so do the ladies. Nope. Stop eating my blueberries, you turkey. Everyone meet Tilly Goose. I always call everybody Silly Goose, and I love the show Big City Greens with Tilly and Cricket, so I decided to name her Tilly Goose. Say hello, Tilly. She was nice and quiet till I started talking. Now that I'm talking, she's like, no, don't talk. So she's gonna help me with my next garden bed. We're doing some bonding time because geese can get aggressive. And so she's our only goose that we have, and then we've got 6 ducks. So she's going to be our guard goose. Geese are really awesome on the farm because if there is a predator anywhere near, up in the sky or down on the ground, they let everyone know and they give everybody time to go hide before the predator can strike. So that is why we got our Tilly Goose here. And so, but we want to make sure she stays nice. So I'm handling her every single day and letting her be a part of my projects. Okay, so I now have 5 garden beds. Woohoo! And I need more. But we got some work to do. And now last but not least, I do have one more introduction to make. And that is our Doris. Say hello, Doris. Say hello. My son wanted a goat that looked like an old lady, a baby goat. So look at those gray on her ears. She's perfect. He wanted to name her Doris, like an old lady. Isn't she so cute? She is a sweetie, and she is a bottle baby, of course, and she's in the house right now. So we did the whole goat herd starting the hardest way possible with bottle babies. Holy cow, diapers, bottles, the whole 9 yards. We've got 4 infants basically, and actually we just weaned Poppy. So Poppy is 13 weeks old. She is finally weaned. And so what did we decide to do? Get another one and start all over from the beginning. So now we have 2 boys, 2 girls. We have a complete herd, and so we're keeping her inside like we've done with the others just to make sure she's not contagious or anything, and then she will go out and be with Poppy, and Sigurd and Toby will have their own pen, so we don't have any early breeding. And then once it is time to have babies, we can put them all together and they can be a big happy family. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some great hints for doing your own garden beds, or maybe getting geese, or maybe getting goats. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. God bless you.